Chris, you joining us?
You don't want to do like summer league overreactions, Dan.
We can do that.
Everybody just giddy about Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox, the new Carmelo to lead New York to the next level.
Yeah, we can do that. We had people overreacting last week to Kevin Knox. Who do you think is the biggest overreaction to who? Like, aside from Knox, who would you put up there?
I mean, I don't want to call it an overreaction yet because I think he's good, but I mean, Colin Sexton is like the heir apparent to LeBron at this point out in Vegas. One of the most impressive at Summer League, if that means anything. But I mean, you listen to people that are following Cleveland. It's like, not that we don't need LeBron, but this is going to be the guys. It's like they got Kyrie here after losing LeBron, 7-8 years ago.
I like Josh Hart with what he did. I don't know if I'm overreacting to it, but the fact that he said he wanted to play in the Summer League.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Man amongst boys there a little bit. Like he's not only was he a 4-year college player, but he had a year in the pros, and he's kind of. I'm writing a story for tomorrow, Dan, on like the boys of summer, kind of the Summer League legends that are out there, the Jack Cooley's of the world, the Scott Machados of the world. Like these guys have just been there forever.
Why are you a buzzkill? You're a buzzkill, Mannix. Why?
I just want the season. Well, first of all, I literally have a calendar marking off the days when my hair leaves, and now I'm just waiting for this whole summer, the NBA season to sort of wind down.
Okay, wait. You come in to get your hair shaved off at the end of July, right?
July 30th.
July 30th, Mannix in the studio. Are you bringing in somebody to cut your hair, or should I get somebody?
100% I'm bringing somebody in.
Okay. I should have approval. There has to be a security clearance approval, too.
You can do that, but I have approval on, the attachment that they use to go far down. Like, you're not taking a blade to my head.
Okay, no, we're not doing that.
What I'm selling.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
No. I want you to, in fact,
didn't cross your mind at all. Didn't cross your mind at all, really.
We have a mock-up right now, if you're watching on TV. You look like Jeff Van Gundy, bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a great look.
It looks hot. Yeah, you're gonna look great. The LeBron frenzy. What did you make of it?
I mean, not unexpected. I mean, if you remember, what was it last year? He showed up at a Lakers Summer League game, and everybody kind of like said he was scouting Lonzo Ball and all that. So he's done this. He pops into Summer League to watch and this was expected, him coming in there. I mean, I don't know what you gain out of it if you're LeBron James. I mean, you get a look at Josh Hart. The Lakers have a couple of young players that are probably going to make the roster this year. But, when you talk to people in and around the Lakers, they don't really have any kind of offense yet. Like, they don't really know. I mean, they have an idea of what they want to do, but there's nothing kind of set in stone. There's a long way to go, Dan, before we start the season for the Lakers to kind of figure out how they're going to play around LeBron James.
All right, you made some headlines where you said that this roster is combustible, that, with the guys that they brought in, with just trying to mix this all in one pot. Do you still feel that way?
Absolutely. And, I a lot of this stuff I think on my own, but, I spend the entire week last week in Vegas talking to coaches about that mix, and the vast majority of them agree with me. I mean, I don't even know how combustible with this group is even a hot take at this point. I mean, you've got, Lance Stevenson, who is like, the personification of combustible. You've got, a Rondo, Lonzo, LeVar situation, which is as combustible as it gets. And you throw in LeBron and, being very unclear at this point about which of these young players he really wants to play with long term, and a coach in Luke Walton who has to prove himself to like everybody. I mean, I think Luke Walton is still proving himself to Magic and to Rob Pelinka, guys that didn't hire him, and clearly he's going to prove himself to LeBron, who is going to have his own ideas on who should coach the team. So I don't know. This is going to be high drama, I think, in LA this year.
Well, you also had the Lonzo Ball situation where the information, his medical information, was leaked to the media. Therefore, you can't trade somebody who is injured. And do you think that's the game plan there? That maybe somebody said, "Look, there's a possibility you could be traded for Kawhi Leonard. Let's put this information out there, and you won't be traded." Do you believe that?
I think that was part of it. Put it this way, I don't believe it came from the Lakers at all. And I think that might have been part of it. But if I'm Lonzo, the last thing I'm scared of is being traded to San Antonio, because San Antonio wants nothing to do with him. And not just him. They don't want anything to do with the circus that comes with him. That's just not a Spurs way to go. Lonzo still has some value, and as wary as teams are bringing the LeVar circus, with him, they'll acquire him. But it's more, small market teams with nothing to lose that don't have the established culture of a San Antonio. So I think that what you're saying is right. You put the surgery thing out there to make it avoid a trade, but in the case of San Antonio, I'm fairly certain it wasn't necessary.
Well, okay. Now we still don't know where Melo's going, and is Kawhi going to be dealt this year? So update us on that.
I'd be surprised, Dan. I'd be surprised if Melo doesn't wind up in Houston. The way the way Oklahoma City is operating now is they're trying to find a trade partner here to make it more financially palatable. Now, this trade partner is not going to keep Carmelo Anthony. What the trade partner is trying to do is basically take on Carmelo's contract. They'd waive him for Oklahoma City, but in exchange, they'd get a couple of second-round picks or something of value back in return. Oklahoma City, from what I was told a few days ago, is still kind of sifting through those offers, but eventually it's going to end with Carmelo there. And while Miami's in the mix, and Pat Riley is always in kind of talent acquisition mode, always trying to find guys that can help him win right away, Houston just makes way too much sense. The Rockets have recruited him in the past. Carmelo is comfortable with that front office. Chris Paul is there. I don't know how it works, and I think the Rockets will take a significant step back defensively if they bring in Carmelo Anthony, but I think the Rockets are in a strong front-runner position right now.
And not the Lakers?
No. I think it's almost like the Lakers would probably go after Carmelo if LeBron told them to. And it's almost like it was with Dwayne Wade, a year ago in Cleveland. I don't think they want him, whereas Houston, they want him. Whether you think it's right or not, or the Rockets are better or not, the Rockets, Daryl Morey, they want him, and that means something to Carmelo Anthony. I don't think the money is going to wind up being a factor in any of this. Probably going to be the minimum, which he should be fine with because of the money he's going to get in that buyout from Oklahoma City. But I think that the Rockets wanting him is a big factor there.
And Kawhi Leonard has been kind of quiet here.
Yeah, it's when you talk to people in Vegas, it's really quiet. I mean, there are still teams talking to San Antonio. I wouldn't say regularly, but checking in periodically. And I think I told you this before, Dan, that there are teams that think that they could put together an offer right now with guys on their rosters that would make a deal with San Antonio get done. But those are teams that have no idea what Kawhi's thinking long term, and also have no idea what his medical situation is, which is equally significant. So we're kind of at a standstill here, and I think we're going to be at this point until the Lakers decide to re-engage here. If they don't, I'm not sure what happens, but I think the Spurs are banking on the Lakers re-engaging and trying to get something done there.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out from San Antonio's perspective. If you know that he wants to play for the Lakers, he doesn't want to stay there, why not trade him to the Lakers where you can get the most out of that trade as opposed to sending him to Toronto or Philadelphia?
Well, I mean, if you're San Antonio, you just want the best offer on the table. I mean, you don't care. Whatever happens to Kawhi after that is his problem and the Lakers' problem, and certainly not yours. I think there is a sentiment in San Antonio that if they drag this thing out, maybe Toronto gets antsy and offers something up big. Masai Ujiri, as we know, has been looking to shake up that roster this offseason. Philadelphia, we know they've got that hole there at small forward. Brett Brown or whoever winds up running that's another big question. Who's going to wind up as the real GM out there? Could they get antsy? Look, I'll say this about the Laker connection with Kawhi. Teams aren't necessarily terrified of that. I mean, a good team with a strong foundation, there is a sense they could convince Kawhi Leonard to stay. There's not this overwhelming sense that Kawhi Leonard is guaranteed to be earmarked for L.A. in the following summer. There's just teams right now that are kind of weighing risk-reward, and nobody is really in that much of a rush as we're sitting here in mid-July.
Is this the final Laker roster? Is this what they're going to open up the season with, in your opinion?
I think so. Maybe a couple of tweaks here or there. And look, the Kawhi thing obviously stands as the thing that could shake it up. But, when you talk to people around that team, they seem pretty comfortable with what they have here. They like what they've gotten from some of their younger guys at Summer League. They'll get minutes in the regular season and look out. I mean, I don't know what this team, like, the idea, not to rehash old territory with you, Dan, but the idea that putting non-shooters around LeBron is going to work still perplexes me. I don't know how that's going to work, where you try to turn LeBron James into a modern-day version of Karl Malone and play him on the low post and have guys around him play make in ways that they've never done around LeBron before. I think it's going to be challenging, to say the least, to construct an offense that looks like that.
Over, under 50 wins with the Lakers. You going over or under?
I'm going under. I'm going to say 45 to 47, and it'll put him in the fight for the playoffs. It took, 47 last year to get in. West is tough again. It's going to take them time to gel, as we know that, even if they do wind up working. I'm going to say 45 wins at the low end, 47 on the high.
So, Seton, were we rolling on that with what Mannix had to say?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. All right.
Hey, that's good. Thank you, Seton. I appreciate that. Do you have any of my good takes there? Do you have anything?
You haven't had any yet.
We have that call you made in
I've had many.
Spain.
I've had many.
Yeah, you had Spain. You had Ricky Rubio, Dante Exum. I don't know. Anybody else in there that you were high on?
Dante Exum did get a 3-year, $33 million contract. So clearly
stop.
the Jazz.
Everybody gets a big contract now. Yes, McLovin.
Excuse me. No. Hold on. No, they don't. Dante Exum was a restricted free agent. Like Marcus Smart's still looking for a job. Rodney Hood's still looking for a job.
Who would you rather have,
only the
Dante Exum or Marcus Smart?
Come on.
Exactly.
Mannix.
Stop.
Dan got an offer for $11 million a year from the Jazz this offseason.
Yes. Yeah, they need a point guard there in Utah.
Dan, you try to steal my thunder there. No, you would have averaged probably 6-7 points because Ricky Rubio would have set you up clean beyond the 3-point line.
Oh, God. Enjoy your hair for the next couple of weeks. We'll see you at the end of the month.
All right, Dan.
All right. That's Chris Mannix, Yahoo Sports.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.